It's Falcons Daily. I am CG Craig Green. I'm the host of the program, and I appreciate y'all checking us out once again. If you want to give me a follow on social media, you can find me at Craig G Sports. That's CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. And also, FanArch is on social media as well. You can find them at FanArchCo. Their logo is in the top left corner up here. It's FANARCHCO. Give them a follow. Let them know that you like everything they're putting out here. Not only Falcons Daily, but other platforms here as well on YouTube and other different outlets. Guys, we're still sitting here chilling on the bye week, midway through it. And of course, we don't have a game coming up this Sunday. We're going to be sitting around watching and seeing what everybody else in the NFC South does, and pretty much what the NFC does in and of itself. So, what can happen for what's the best thing that can happen for the Falcons during the bye week? Really, it's health. It's regaining some of the health and seeing some of these guys who are banged up and nursing some injuries, hoping to see them heal up and not have to worry about traveling or getting ready to practice to play a game. Their bodies can heal, their minds can heal a little bit. And again, no better way to go on the bye by going out with a victory. So some of the guys that we're looking at. I mean, there's don't forget about we haven't seen him all season long, Troy Anderson. So don't forget that he's still a part of this team, but right now he is not ready to return to action just yet. So we're going to he's still on the physically unable to perform list. So don't know exactly when we are going to see Troy Anderson right now. Storm Norton still a couple of weeks out, I'm sure, as well, because even when we come back to play against Buffalo, it's going to be week 6 then, and his injury was slated for a 6 to 8 week recovery. So, again, I wouldn't expect to see Storm Norton back at practice just yet. Hopefully, I'm wrong about that, but I think that's where we kind of stand right now. But the guys that we can see get some good health, hopefully, AJ Terrell is one of them. Remember, he had the hamstring injury, and he's missed the last couple games. So hopefully, this will serve as like a non-official short-term IR for him to sit out 2 games, the bye week, and then come back and be able to play hopefully against the Buffalo Bills. We're definitely going to need him against Buffalo. And, another player as well that's been banged up. Of course, Darnell Mooney is another one that, remember he had the shoulder injury to start off training camp. Then he got over that. Now he's got the hammy that he left the game with against Washington. So perhaps a week and a half and some change will get him ready for Buffalo as well. Also, don't forget about Natron Brooks, who just had a concussion as well. So hopefully, we can see him get back to full health and be ready to go by the time we take on Buffalo in a couple of weeks. Don't forget about guys like TQ Graham as well. He's on IR, whether designated to return. Don't know exactly when he's going to come back. His injury was not disclosed at all, so we don't even know what the issue is with TQ. But how close is he to returning to practice? Only they know right now. But to me, of course, the big one right there would be getting AJ Terrell back. We need his presence on defense. I mean, D. Alford again did a pretty decent job against the Commanders. But we need more strength on that back end of the defense, especially coming down here in this final stretch of the year, because you played 4 games and now you're going to turn around and play 13 consecutive weeks because you had such an early bye week. So it would be good to see some of these guys get healthy, come back, and be able to contribute. Next up, we were looking at the Falcons offense. After the really poor performance against Carolina, you come back against Washington and you put up the 34 points. Some of the changes, of course, Ike Hilliard, of course, was relieved of his duties. Zach Robinson was brought down to the sidelines, and TJ Yates took over some of the duties with the wide receivers, as well as being quarterbacks coach. And some of the things I noticed early on in the game, it felt like Penix was getting out of the huddle, getting out of the huddle a little bit quicker with more time on the play clock, and I thought that was one difference I noticed. I'm sure you guys saw that too. But I think that was going to be some of the things that kind of help him be able to, even if he had Zach in his ear for maybe two or three of those seconds before they were, snapping the football, gives him a little bit more reassurance. Again, you got to remember, he has only played 7 football games as our starting quarterback. So we're not. I mean, we're expecting big things from Penix, and we're in a win now mode. So it's like we need his process and his progress to be accelerated. I get it, but you still got to remember that this dude is still pretty young. But I think that the results on the sideline with Zach Robinson, they were a lot better than what we saw, with him in the booth the week before. And I don't know. I mean, again, he was in the booth last year. We had pretty good success, but I don't know if it's just uh, maybe a little bit of personnel things or communication or whatever it is. But being that he's on the field now, good. And also, Michael Penix thinks it's good too. He said himself, it was good. It gives us confidence to be able to come off the sideline, to be able to hear from him exactly what he's seeing and the way that he wants to set up the plays on the next drive. It was awesome to have. I feel like it was definitely a good thing for us. Mike Penix said that about having Zach Robinson down low there with him. And, there's hopefully there won't be any more of those offers that we saw against Carolina. I can't expect the offense to be clicking every week, but I mean, hey, is it a coincidence that the offense took off once again, or the offense took off once Zach got down there and the communication was crisp and clear? Perhaps it was, perhaps it wasn't. All right. Looking at the offense right now, just going to grade the team, and just give you my thoughts on where the offense stands right now. We'll break down we'll break down the defense and the special teams over the next couple of days, and look at what they're doing. But in my opinion, the offense is, it's been good. It could be better. There's been some definite, positive moments. There's been some snags, but these are the grades that for me, we'll start with the quarterback, and for me, I'll give Mike Penix a B right now. I think that he's, been asked to do a good amount, and he's done fairly well. He's shouldered a good amount of responsibility, and so far, I think he's answered the bell. And again, the Falcons being 2-2, I don't think that is a bad spot whatsoever. I think we're sitting kind of right where, again, kind of right where I thought we'd be in terms of the record. And, statistically wise, I'm happy to see Penix, have more touchdowns and turnovers. I mean, he had the one bad turnover. We threw the ball pretty much right to Mike Sanders still. But, he's had a good bounce back, after that, especially with the game again, the second half, and doing what he did, for the entirety of the game, career yards and passing. Uh, and right now sitting at 918 yards in 4 games. So not too bad, not quite 250 yards a game, but we don't need him to throw for tons and tons of yards. So far, again, Mike Penix, I would give him a B for the season right now. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but he also has a rushing touchdown as well. So we'll give him. He's got more TDs than interceptions, so that's a good thing. We'll stick with it right now. His quarterback rating 82.6. Needs some improvement, but for a guy who's played only 7 football games, a B, I think, right now, based on what he's been asked to do. After that, the running backs. I mean, what can be said about Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier that really hasn't been said? I mean, I'll give them an A minus. Not much that they did in game 3 against Carolina, but I think that the Falcons running backs have done a pretty darn good job so far. Bijan Robinson, 314 yards. Tyler Algier, 155 yards on the season. I like what they're doing so far. And, hopefully we'll get more out of them as the season progresses. After that, I would give them about an A minus. They've been the best part of the Falcons offense in my opinion. Wide receivers, I'll give them a C, and the reason why is because the top receiver right now is a running back, and it's Bijan Robinson. So I mean, Drake London had a nice game. Kyle Pitts had a nice game, and they're starting to catch up. I mean, Bijan has one more receiving yard than Drake right now. So, that's why I'm going to give the wide receivers a C. I mean, some of it, we know Ike Hilliard was let go of his duties, but, Ray McLeod dropping passes and getting benched. I mean, the bottom half of if it isn't been Drake London, it's been, pretty much Bijan or Pitts. So we need more out of the wide receivers. I know Mooney's been hurt, so I'm going to give them a C. Same thing with the tight ends. It's pretty much Kyle Pitts or nobody. So, and Pitts is just starting to come on a little bit, especially, in this last game. So, again, a C for the tight ends as well. And I'll give the offensive line, I'll give them an A minus right now because, again, we're 2-2. Our running game has looked pretty good. Penix, even with the wide receivers and tight ends, you know, not getting into the end zone until this past Sunday, I think that he's done a good job dumping the ball off to Robinson, and they've been trying, doing a fairly okay job of trying to stay penalty free. So for me, that's the grades for the Falcons offense. I'll give it to you right there again, just so you can kind of see where I said, a B for the quarterback, running backs an A minus, a C for the wide receivers and the tight ends, and then an A minus for the offensive line. So room for improvement, but a good start for the Falcons, I think, offensively. And I think tomorrow we'll look at the defense and give you a breakdown of that. So let me know what you think about those grades in the comments, and let me know if you think that those are fair. A B for the quarterback, A for the running back, C for the wideouts and tight ends, and an A minus for the offensive line. Let me know what you think. If they're too high, too low, right, just about right. What would you change? But again, I think we're doing all right. We're in a good spot right now. Again, we got a couple of crucial tiebreakers. We got a couple of rematches with the teams that we lost to. So, we're sitting pretty right now. In a way, we should be, maybe 3-1, of course, but it is what it is. It's the NFL. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow with more Falcons Daily. Sayonara and buenos noches.